guys, Debbie here. Thanks for joining me. And thank you for picking up one of my journal kits. I thought before I do the instructional videos, I would start off with something, just showing you some supplies that you may want to have on hand. Absolutely not necessary, but they just make them fun, makes junk journaling a little bit more fun if you want to be doing it for yourself. You may have some of the stuff at home, but anyway, let's get going here and I'll show you what I think are the essential want to haves, not must haves. Anyway, pair of scissors essential, stapler, and glue. These are the essentials. I think those, if you have those ones, you're well on your way to starting your journal and putting a journal kit together. These ones over here. For some little bit of extras, I'll show you. Actually, the stapler is not. We'll get onto the stapler. But glue and scissors, you'll have those at home. Dollar store, you can pick these up from the dollar store. Michael's, Amazon. Elmer's is the best. That's the one I like the best. It goes on clean. It goes on strong. Like it'll stick whatever if you're sticking your papers together. Pasting things onto your pages. Elmer's is better. This one you can get them from the dollar store studio. It works just fine, but Elmer's is my choice. Okay, so those are those. A ruler. I love to have, you might want to measure some papers you may want to cut smaller or whatever, or put some lines on for journaling or whatever. So these ones I get from the dollar store. They're cheapy, they're cheap and they're bendy. I literally get a pair of scissors and I snip the one side, just like snip all over the show, snip the one side to give yourself a jaggedy edge, and I'll show you why. Junk journals to me are meant to be shabby. That's the whole point of them, the word junk. I love jaggedy edges on my papers, so sometimes, not all of them, I do jaggedy edges, whatever. And anyway, that just gives you a nice jaggedy edge. It's a nice cheap way to do it. I think there are very special things that you can buy, but I don't. I just use what I have, and this happened to be what I have, and I thought snipping it would work, and it did. So that's that. Coffee dyed paper. I only use coffee dyed paper in my journals. I love the crinkly, crackly sound. I love the old look to it. And I don't have to show you how to do coffee dyed paper. Honestly, there's so many tutorials online. Just go onto YouTube, Google coffee dyed paper. Easy to do at home. And anyway, that's that. It comes with your kit though, but if you wanted to make more, those are lots of tutorials in it. This is just regular typing paper that you buy anyway. Go back to the glue sticks. And stamp pads. These little stamp pads I love. Distress Oxide. I don't know which side you're looking at. Distress Oxide. I particularly like the Vintage Photo Color because I like old looking on my papers. That's actually coffee, but I'll show you how this works. So if you wanted to distress the edges of the paper, use your glue stick. I go to the dollar store and I buy these little chair ends, the felt chair thingies, and make sure they're the fluffy kind. You can see I bought these ones and I'm not going to use them because I didn't look, and they're not fluffy, and it doesn't pick up the ink nicely, and they don't work so great. But these are very common and they're very fluffy, so make sure you get these ones. They come in different sizes. Stick one on the end of your glue sticks, which I've done here, a bigger and a smaller, it doesn't really matter. And this is how you distress your papers. So I'll show you here. You just do that, and there you have a nice distressed edge to your already distressed paper. I do this to most of my journals. I just love it looking old and shabby. So that's an option too. So those are your glue sticks. Your stapler, in your kit you get little bits of fabric, and what did I do with it here? Little bits of fabric that you're going to put on the edge of your pages. So let me just grab I'll grab one. Here's one here. So if I wanted to put a tab on here, I would just put it on like that. and staple, and I usually stagger them in my books. It's just a decorative thing, and that way you can dangle your charms and things on them. If you're a sewer, in your kit they come unsewn, so you can sew them on or you can staple them on, and either way is just fine. I've used both many times and they work just fine for me. So these Distress ink, and here's a bigger size. You can get them from Michael's and you can get them from Amazon. Just nice and easy. Stamps, if you like to stamp to decorate your pages. Dollar Tree has tons of these. Sometimes the dollar store does, but certainly Amazon and certainly Michael's. And then you just peel them off and put them onto this thingy. I think you have to buy this separately, but I know Dollar Tree has these and all kinds of stamps, and they're super cheap. Or these, the wooden block kind, and you can get those Amazon, Michael's, in every shape, every description, and every price range that you want. What else do I have here? An owl, I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Just a pokey thing. A nice nail will do, a nice long nail will do just fine if you don't have this. But you can buy them from Dollar Tree, you can buy them from Michael's and Amazon again as well. And you need this for the kind of journal that you sew. So if you're going to do one that you sew, I'll show you like this. This is one of my own personal journals. Let me just find the middle. So if you're going to sew, you need to poke 3 holes. And I normally put them down and poke like that so they'll go together. And then you sew your journal. Then there's this kind that some of you have bought, these kits that you don't sew. They're threaded through and tied at the top, and they are, where are we? Here in the middle. Let me just find the middle for you. It is here. The papers are slid in, which my preference. I like this because if I get a birthday card or I'm sentimental about something that I've received that I have in my stash, I can slide them underneath and add them to my journal. And here's an example of one that I've sewn. I've actually made this as a gift, so this one is sewn. So you can sew these, or you can literally staple them. And here you can see how I've staggered them through here. I don't know, they just add a nice little touch to a journal, I think. Anyways, what else can I tell you? I think that's it. I think that's it. Sorry for the stuttering and the stammering, guys. I have no way of editing this, but thanks for bearing with me, and I hope this helps. So essential, everything else is not essential, but fun to have. So thanks again. Bye. See you soon.